Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be cooking some stewed chicken with some rice and some cornbread muffin. So here is a list of the ingredients that we're going to be using for the stewed chicken. And this is beginner friendly. So I don't need for none of you ladies and gentlemen to be saying that I can't do that. Yes, you can. All of my dishes on my channel, I try to keep them all simple so that they'll be beginner friendly so that you'll be able to do these dishes too. So come on in, join me as we prepare this dish. Let's get started. We have the ingredients that we'll be using for the stewed chicken and rice and cornbread muffin. The first thing that we are going to do is I'm going to add a little oil to this pan, and we're going to start cooking the vegetables first. And then with the chicken, we're going to go ahead and start cooking the chicken after we get done with the vegetables. So we can go ahead and start seasoning the chicken. So I'm just going to drizzle a little oil over the chicken. I have 2 drumsticks and I have 2 chicken breasts. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vegetables in. So here I have some onion, some jalapeno pepper, some green bell pepper, and orange bell pepper. So I'm just gonna let that cook down some. Some people would cook the chicken first and then cook the vegetables. It's not a right or wrong way. I just choose not to do it like that. I rather cook my vegetables alone and set them aside. So with the chicken, I am going to add some accent to it. Some slap your mama, some garlic powder, and some blackened cayenne, and it also have a little lemon in it. So I'm going to add that to that, and this is just for the color. Some adobo, and I'm just going to give that a mix. And so I won't be doing anything else with the vegetables until I mix up the chicken well and wash my hands. Now that those vegetables have cooked down enough, I'm going to set them aside. And I'm going to take that same pan and we're going to work on the chicken now. So I'm going to add more oil to the pan. About that much. And I'm going to let that pan get hot. And I'm going to put my chicken over here in this pan. And I'm going to let that cook for a minute. The chicken, I turned it over, so I cooked it on the other side about 10 to 12 minutes, and I just turned it over, so I'll do the same thing on this side and move on to the next step. Right now, I'm going to add some cream chicken to this pan here. And I'm going to add 2 cans of the cream of chicken. And each can calls for 1 cup of water, but I'm not going to use water. Let me turn this down a bit. I'm going to use the chicken broth instead of using the water. I'm just going to pour it in this here. And put it there. And I'm going to let that go ahead and simmer. We're going to keep this moving. So this have simmered down some. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some crushed red peppers. I'm also going to throw a bay leaf in there. Just 1 little bay leaf in there. Some basil, because I love basil. I wish I had the fresh one, but it's okay. Some black pepper. And a little bit more of that adobo. And I'm not using a lot of seasoning because we already seasoned the chicken, so it doesn't take that much for the cream of chicken. So I'm going to add those vegetables that we cooked. Give that a stir. I'm also going to give that a taste to see how it's tasting. That is fine. So now I want to go ahead and start adding my chicken. Because the chicken is semi-done, it's not done completely. I just really just brown the chicken. So I'm just going to turn it down and let that cook. I'm going to cover that and let that cook onto the cornbread. So we are using Jiffy Mix because this is beginner friendly. So the only thing I hate about eggs, you don't have to do this part. That little white part that be hanging off of the egg, I don't like that in my egg. This here part, oh no. Oh no, no. I had to take that off. I don't know what that is. I think that's a baby chicken in the making. So I have to take that off. Okay. So I'm doing a box of Jiffy Mix and a half. So this is the whole and this is a half. When I cook cornbread, especially the muffins, I always do a box and a half. Okay. And instead of sugar, I use honey because I'm trying to cut back on using sugar, especially white sugar, and just add your milk. So I'm just gonna stir this up really good. And I'm using Crisco butter for the muffins. So I'm just gonna spray this pan. And add my cornbread to my muffin pan. Altogether, it made 8 muffins. So I have my oven preheated to 350. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the oven. It should take about 20 to 25 minutes to completely cook the cornbread. Have the rice on in this pot here. I'm using the success rice. I usually like to use the jasmine rice, but you use what you have, and this is what I have, so that is why I'm using this. So it's 8 cups of water in here, and I probably should have used a bigger pan, but it's all good. So it's 4 cups of water per bag, and I have 2 bags in here, so that's why I have the 8 in here. So the stewed chicken been cooking for about 20 minutes, about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna let that cook until the rice and the cornbread is done, and then I'll come back. Okay, y'all, we did this. We did this. Look at this stewed chicken. Look at this. I cut the breast down because when eating stewed chicken, you don't want no big piece of chicken breast, and if you do, it's all good. But look at that with the vegetables. Don't that just look fantastic? Look at that. Look at that. Just mm. That looks so good. Look at that. So here's our rice. Here's our rice. Here's our muffin, our cornbread muffin. And the only thing left to do is to put some honey on this cornbread. There we go. Look at this stewed chicken. Okay, y'all, we have come to the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed making this meal with me, and I hope y'all try it and let me know what did y'all think of your dish. I hope you subscribe to my channel and let me know. Let me know what y'all think of the dish. Only thing to do now is just to give it a try and see how it is. It is burning hot. Man, that gravy, that gravy. And this is optional. I cut some green onion, if you can see it. and I put it on top because I like fresh onion on my stewed chicken. It just make it taste a lot better. You don't have to do that. It is strictly optional. But thank you again for joining me. And this dish is fabulous. I'm out, y'all, so I can go eat.